You can build impressive biceps and triceps, but if your lower arms are underdeveloped, your physique quickly fades to average the second you put on a t-shirt. Rolling up your sleeves requires actual density to reveal. The lower arms are highly visible, and because they hold very little body fat, they readily display vascularity and thick muscle tissue. This provides an immediate visual cue of rugged, athletic strength. But this lack of development carries a severe mechanical cost in the gym. If your grip gives out during heavy deadlifts, rows, or pull-ups, your forearms become a premature failure point, forcing you to drop the weight before your larger back muscles have been fully challenged. Forearm development relies on a targeted 3-step mechanical protocol addressing the specific anatomy of the limb. Step 1 is maximizing shear volume by isolating the largest structural component of the lower arm. This model highlights the brachioradialis, the thickest forearm muscle. Standard palms-up bicep curls leave it completely disengaged. To shift the tension, rotate into a neutral or overhand grip. This mechanically disadvantages the bicep, forcing the brachioradialis to take over the work. Execution here must be strict. If you use bodily momentum to swing heavy dumbbells upward, you lose the specific isolation we are trying to achieve. Pay attention to the physiological feedback during the set. The tension must burn locally in that outer forearm tissue. If you feel fatigue creeping into your front deltoids or lower back, the weight is too heavy and your form is breaking down. Prioritizing a highly controlled range of motion over the absolute weight on the bar is the only effective way to bypass the biceps and force that specific forearm tissue to adapt. Adding mass to the brachioradialis covers the visual volume, but we also have to secure the structural integrity of the wrist and elbow joints. This elbow cross-section reveals how heavy gym training disproportionately strengthens the flexors underneath. The extensors on top receive almost no stimulation. This unequal pulling force causes chronic injuries, like tennis elbow, as tight flexors pull against weak extensors, inflaming tendon connections. To correct this deficit, the wrist roller is a mandatory mechanical tool. You must execute the movement in both directions. Roll the weight all the way up by flexing the wrists forward, lower it carefully, and then roll it up again by extending the wrists backward. This evenly loads both the flexion and extension phases. A thicker arm provides zero utility if the elbow joint gives out under a heavy load. Consistent wrist roller work serves as a non-negotiable insurance policy for your long-term lifting career. Step 3 moves beyond internal joint health and focuses entirely on pure, external, functional grip strength. This split image highlights 3 highly effective tools for overloading the hands and fingers. You can use heavy-duty hand grippers, attach thick rubber grips to standard barbells, or bury your hands in a bucket of rice for continuous resistance. Select one of these apparatuses and push your grip output until the point of total muscular failure. Your hands should be physically unable to close around the resistance by the end of the set. Implementing this routine requires understanding the biological advantage of forearm tissue. Because these muscles are extremely dense and evolved for constant daily use, they possess an exceptionally rapid recovery rate compared to major groups like the chest or back. This means you can integrate this 3-part routine into your existing schedule. The optimal placement is at the very end of your dedicated pull days or arm days, once your heavy compound lifting is already complete. This 7-day calendar matrix illustrates the necessary frequency. Slotting the routine in 2 to 3 times per week provides the repeated stimulus required to trigger consistent muscle growth. By sequentially combining brachioradialis volume, ensuring joint balance, and maximum grip output, you transform the forearms from a physiological weak link into a primary mechanical asset. It is common to blame genetics or naturally short muscle bellies for small arms. However, DNA dictates the ultimate shape of the tissue, not the capacity for growth. Regardless of your natural insertion points, applying relentless, targeted mechanical tension guarantees an increase in overall density for anyone willing to put in the work. The payoff for that consistency is twofold. You achieve a rugged, athletic aesthetic in short sleeves, while simultaneously unlocking new personal records on heavy compound pulls because your grip finally holds steady. The blueprint is mapped out. Screenshot the routine, pack your gym bag, and initiate this protocol at the end of your next workout. Powerful forearms are engineered, not inherited.